Hello, Matt James with Corner, where I think I'm going to do an impromptu going to start in the Spook-A-Thon. So if you guys don't know what Spook-A-Thon is, it is a readathon hosted by Books and Lala. I do think she has a few co-hosts, if I'm not mistaken. It could just be her. I think in past years she's had co-hosts. The lighting in here, by the way, is so shit. I'm so sorry. But what is Spook-A-Thon? Honestly, I don't know. Um, I keep watching Chanwer's videos for it, and I just keep thinking to myself, I'm reading spooky books. I could be doing a Spook-A-Thon vlog. And I mean, I wasn't really planning on vlogging during the week, and I didn't really vlog this weekend. But I was like, it could be a fun idea because I'm vlogging this weekend. Like, okay, what is today? Today's Wednesday, August. August. I'm like, yeah, that's like the definition of today. Today's Wednesday, October 16th, and the actual Spook-A-Thon started 2 days ago. So I'm 2 days behind. That's great. But I work today, I work tomorrow, and then I work on Friday, which is why I don't vlog Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. You guys did not know. And I've yet to figure out where my vlogging schedule kind of falls into place or whatever. I do have a weekend vlog coming up eventually for a spooky book. But also, I am like really far behind on, my gosh. Like, this is not highlighting any of my good angles. Like, I just look horrible. I'm so sorry. But I've been wanting to read a lot of spooky books in the month of October, and this is a perfect time to participate because this weekend I'm going and dog sitting for my dad. He just got a new pit bull, and I like 2 days ago. Like, I'll insert a clip. Isn't she adorable? I love her. Her name's Marley, by the way. I'll mention her a lot here soon. And so I could read the whole time I'm there. It's gonna be a great time, okay? And I didn't think about it. And I work at a library, so I can like stock up on books. And I am already in the middle of several books, which I'll talk to you guys about. And I have no idea if they're even participants in this TBR. So yeah, just gonna be reading a lot, playing a lot of Sims. I'm not planning on taking on my normal MacBook with me, as I tend to write when I'm at my dad's, but I'm just going to leave my book here. I think it's the plan. And I'm just going to go and have fun. Just have like a good weekend. Because that's what my definition of my dad's house is. It's just like going there and just like chilling. So yeah, so let me go figure out what the actual rules are to Spook-A-Thon, and then I'll be back with a TBR here in a second. And then we'll go over the books I'm currently reading and see if they fit in. Okay, so I just went and got the TBR and see if I could work in any of the books I'm currently reading or listening to on my list. So I am currently reading 3 books at the moment. I have a book that I'm listening to, a physical read, and then a read on my Kindle. It's a very normal process for me. And so all 3 of those books actually do have some type of like order to my madness. So first thing is to read a thriller. I have actually 2 books for this. I'm in the middle of reading Lock Every Door by Riley Segar, which I'll talk about a little bit later. It is late at night, but I do think I might play Sims. I do think I might edit. I don't know. I also want to finish a book tonight, so I might read instead. I'm not really sure, but I will mention it a little bit later. So we also have Read a Book with Red on the cover, and I'm currently in the middle of reading The Cabin at the End of the World. I'm like 70 or so pages. I'm reading it on my Kindle. That's my Kindle read. And then a spooky word. I don't have a spooky word yet. I have plenty of books that probably could contain a spooky word, and I will continue looking for one. So yeah, bear with me as I come across one. So, and then also, spooky setting, I'm reading Verity, which is set in a very spooky home. The atmosphere here is really good, so that's my spooky setting. Is it cheating? I don't care. She wouldn't care either. And then something I normally would not read, which is historical fiction, so I get to do research on that. How fun. So yeah, so for Verity, I picked it up where I left off, because honestly I didn't want to reread the first, like, 70 or so pages. So I don't think I'm much further than that. I am 71 pages in, and I think I started at like 60, so I think I read like 10 extra pages for Verity. Let's see, I think I'm 6% in to Lock Every Door, but that's due back in 5 days, and so it's a major one, and then when I get done reading that, I'm going into Kieran Slaughter's The Good Daughter, It's like 20 hours long, so I took a break and I went over because I figured I'd finish that one first. I am 19% into Cabin at the End of the World, and I'm on page, these are Kindle pages, on page 55. It's super duper good. And trying to figure out which one I could probably finish tonight before I go to bed. And I'm going to probably say I'll probably have a better chance of finishing The Cabin at the End of the World or my audiobook. So one of those. I'll figure out which one to choose. Lock Every Door, I don't really know what it's about. So far, what I've read so far is about a girl who ends up getting an apartment, a really rich apartment in Manhattan, and she doesn't really believe it, and she hasn't gotten the apartment yet, but I'm pretty sure she gets it, and there's like spooky things going on. Verity is about a girl who is a writer who ends up falling on her luck and can't get a book to get published, and she hasn't written anything good, and she ends up getting a job to go and ghostwrite the rest of this very popular series for a shit ton of money, and she ends up finding this girl's, Verity is the author's name that she's ghostwriting for, her memoir that she wrote because she is dying, and her memoir is supposed to be very haunting and things. Cabin at the End of the World is kind of hard to explain. It is about these two dads who have a daughter, and I'm not going to try to explain anything past what I read since I think the first 50 pages are not super spoilery. It could be kind of spoilery, so end with caution. But it's about two dads and a daughter who go out, and they go in the middle of nowhere for a vacation. They're in the big city. I think they are also in New York. I think they go to like Montana or something like that. And these three people come in to break into their home and say that they're the only people who can help them save the world. I have a feeling they're crazy. I don't actually think it's a apocalyptic book. I don't feel like it is. It's just not the vibe I'm getting. But I do think these people are just like insane. So yeah, I'll probably, all three of these could be contenders. I'm supposed to be reading 10 books, I think, this month, and I've read 6 already. So, yeah. The goal is to try to finish a book a day, until the 20th. Today's 16th. So that's 5 days. Even if I could finish 4 books this week, that'd be great. This video also could be relatively long, just knowing that I can talk a lot. Also, because we're going over a course of many days, I'm only vlogging tomorrow. I can vlog during the day because I don't work until the evening shift. But yeah, so I'll talk to you guys very soon, and with an update. Probably not too many updates tonight because it is really late, but I'll let you know how I feel, whatever I read. Okay, so I figured I would update you guys because I actually ended up watching YouTube for a lot longer than I should have. It's not 10:46. I don't know when I first updated you guys. It was probably over an hour ago. I've decided to move forward with my audiobook, in which, by the way, like I said, it's Lock Every Door by Riley Segar. I officially reached the hour mark, so I've been listening to it for the book said like 40 minutes, maybe 50 minutes now. But ironically, both my books are due back in 4 days. This one just got down to 4 days, and so that one's probably due back in 3 days. So the plan is to just listen to this book probably for the rest of the night. For as long as I've editing and stuff I have to do, and so I can listen to it while I edit. And then tomorrow I will dedicate some time to actually sitting down and trying to read, if not a lot, maybe most of The Cabin at the End of the World. Okay, that's my update. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have a book finished. Yeah, so talk to you guys soon. So it's about noon right now, and I'm about to go downstairs to put my little sister on the bus, because I can be here, and I probably won't be here when she wakes up. When she goes to bed, and well, I know I won't. And then tomorrow I leave to go to my dad's, so it's all a thing. So I've been uploading videos this morning. I should be listening to the Riley Segar book. I have not picked it back up since I stopped listening to it last night. But I think I got like 30 or so % into it, and I really, really do like it. And a little bit later, I'll give you guys kind of a whole idea what the book's about. Okay. Hi, baby. My little teddy bear. Alright. Okay, so I just got to the 40% mark of the Riley Sagar book. I will probably finish it, if not tonight, tomorrow night. My goal tonight is to get really, really far into the A Cabin at the End of the World. It gets to back in 2 days, so that's the plan. That's my goal, is to get to really far in that. I also have some outlining and stuff I gotta do, and we're also watching a movie. The movie's not very long, though. I should be upstairs by 9:30. I do have to wake up. It'll be 12 hours before I have to go back to work. So, yeah. I don't know. Very excited. But, I'll play some Sims tonight, and I listened to it while I did some, like, budgeting stuff. But, yeah, okay. I'll tell you guys very soon. Hello, I'm gonna update you guys. So, I've yet to read anything. I got home, we watched Brightburn, don't recommend. And so now I am back upstairs. It's 10:30 at night. I do have to be at work at 9:30 in the morning, and I do want to wake up a little bit early because if you guys don't know, on Fridays we watch Grey's Anatomy. So, I want to watch before I leave to go with my dad's. At least that's the plan. I am taking a whole season of Grey's Anatomy with me, but, you know, it is what it is. So, but I had a game plan, and I want to go over with you guys real fast. So my game plan is to first finish, I'm going to sit here, and I want to play Sims for until, like, midnight, and then go to sleep. So, that gives me back an hour or so to play Sims. And during that hour, we're going to be listening to the audiobook, Walk Every Door by Ray Sagar. Really, really do love it. I've yet to give a good description, and I probably won't until, like, we get to the point of where, like, I finish it. And then I want to read. Then tomorrow, maybe on the car ride or while at work and things, I'm going to take my Kindle with me, and we are going to read as much as humanly possible of, The Cabin at the End of the World, and then hopefully finish it tomorrow night. I think it's very possible. And then, when we get done with that, we're going to move on to Verity, which also, you know, hopefully won't take me super long to read. And then I got 3 other books because I had some challenges to fulfill for this readathon, if you didn't know. And also, I made books behind schedule, if you didn't know. Maybe you did know. I have no idea. So it is, we need a spooky word, and then something I would not normally read. Okay, so the last one I took kind of, not literally, but differently. So my spooky word, is Stephen King. So, yeah. You could also go with night or shift, but I figured Stephen King, could really do me justice. And these are spooky stories. So, there's like 19 of them. I'm not kidding. There's a shit ton of them in here. 19, I'm not lying, in this book. So, yeah, cool. But we also have Night Film, so another spooky title. But this is for the this is something I would normally not read. It is a thriller, but it's a weirdly written thriller, is what I've been told. It's also a thriller written in multimedia purposes, which is really cool because I kind of need a way to do that for my new story. But also, once again, because I figured I was already using Stephen King as like my scary like word and title, we can use James Hassan as something I would normally not read. It is Honeymoon, which it's also a thriller because I'm sorry, okay, whatever. I do believe this is written under an FBI point of view. Do I read FBI thrillers? No, because I think they're stupid, and I hate them. But these chapters are extremely short. There's like 1,000 of them, and I was at the library, as I do, putting away books, as I do, and I was like, why don't we just grab the first one? So if you guys don't know, that's how my library system works. Why don't we just grab the first one? And so this is his 4th book series that he ever wrote, and this is number 1 in that book series, and I have no idea what the book series is called, or who's in it, or the points of it, but we're gonna try it. So, there you go. That's my update. I will update you guys probably in the morning before I go to work, and, unless I finish the Rise Cigar one tonight. So, I am about to go to bed, I wake up to go to work tomorrow, and I want to say 60 to 70% into Lock Every Door by Riley Sagar. This is my first ever Riley Sagar book. I've also been told that this one and the other 2 were really, really good. So I'll probably end up picking up those because I do enjoy the writing, and I like the writing because it's really similar to my own writing, not by like copycats or whatever. Obviously, she can't copy me because, or he. I think it's a guy. I think Riley is a guy. Um, but there's something about this this story that I'm not a huge fan of. I don't think it's not like amazing or that I don't think it's like well written or anything like that. It has nothing to do with those things because it is well written. It's about a girl who is down on her luck. Her boyfriend, they ended up just breaking up. She caught him cheating on him, and she had no place to live, and she has no family, no nothing, and she ends up getting a chance to stay at the I can't say the stupid hotel room, the stupid apartment. It's a huge apartment complex in New York City. I think it's made up. I think it's just made for the book. Don't really know. Never been to New York. Plan. It's a dream, but it is what it is. And she ends up getting sit there for 3 months in this apartment until these people can like decide what they're gonna do, type of thing. Which is like the whole entire premise of this novel. And there's all these rules, and one of those rules you can't bother neighbors, and it is kind of scary. I think it's person. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I personally think it's scarier, if I'm being honest, in the beginning of the novel. I find it more intense. As we start to learn more and more about this place and different things, I'm just not as enthralled, I guess. I'm still gonna finish it. It's probably between a 3 and a 4 star. This is not my favorite thriller, and to be honest with you, I'm actually a little disappointed in it. Um, but that's also being said, the twists could be amazing. I do have some ideas about some of them, and so I do have predictions. So the thriller's doing a good job when you can make some predictions. I still don't know exactly what's going on, but I do have an idea. I think it's kind of pointed out kind of clearly, but I'm also curious. Oh, okay, well, now I'm going to go to bed, and I will talk to you guys all tomorrow after I get home from work, as I update you guys before I went to bed. Okay, in the middle of packing, but I figured I'd update you guys. It is the evening of, I think, the 18th. My pepperoni is right there. But it's the evening of the 18th. I am packing to go to my dad's to watch the other pepperoni, and I finished Riley Sagar's book at work, Lock Every Door. Like I said before, it's about a girl who gets invited to stay at this hotel or this apartment complex and get paid for it for $12,000 for 3 months, and a lot of things go wrong. I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I do recommend it. I think I more recommend it to people who've not seen movies. The two big twists in the book. There's one that caught me off guard. I wasn't really sure about, so that was pretty cool. There's a missed opportunity, but the two big twists I called. Well, I take it back. I called it before we found out, but it was like right before, so it doesn't really count in my eyes. I'm calling the twist. The one twist I called like 2 hours in, and I mentioned that when I was reading it. But yeah, so 4 out of 5 stars. But is that the first book of the readathon, or is that the second book of the readathon? I can't remember. I think it's the first one. Tonight, the plan is to finish The Cabin at the End of the World. I'm sure my dad's probably going to watch a movie or something, so I'll read it tonight. To continue it is due back in 2 days. Tomorrow will be 1 day, so if I don't finish it today, definitely finishing it tomorrow. Then moving into Verity, and then, yeah, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to bring. I can't bring everything, so we'll prioritize. Cool. Okay, so it is the inevitable next day, and we have 2 more days worth of the readathon. Readathon ends tomorrow. Today, the plan is to finish The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay, and then to start one of the other books. I did bring Night Film with me, as I'm going to be working on my my Preptober stuff, because obviously Preptober ends next week, and so that is something that I brought with me to really dive in, and hopefully the multimedia stuff can help me figure out how to do multimedia better in projects. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. My food just got done. So, and we're watching The Office right now, but yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Okay, so I think I'm DNFing the Paul Tremblay one. It's not that it's not enjoyable, and every time I pick it up, I do like reading it. It's just a little too weird for me. I might pick it up later on in life, but I think we're gonna move on to Verity by Colleen Hoover. I read an extra 10. I got to page like 100 of Paul Tremblay's book, which is just so sad because I only had 170 pages left, and most people would just be like, "Oh, we're so close," but no, I just didn't like it as much as I thought it was going to, and it's a cool premise and things, but yeah, and I heard it doesn't go places I wanted to go, so that sucks. So yeah, I think I'm officially DNFing it, so I'm gonna put it as red on Goodreads. If you guys didn't know, that's how I do it. I just don't rate them, and I put them in a folder on Goodreads called DNF. And then we're gonna pick up Verity by Colleen Hoover, which I'm already 60 or so pages into, and then we'll try to finish that today in the last day of Spook-A-Thon. Okay, so it is nighttime now. It's 8:25. I still have yet to read Verity by Colleen Hoover, but I'm not gonna end this readathon just yet, as I haven't been actually. I could continue it on for 2 extra days. Go into Tuesday, just because I have off until Tuesday. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. This video doesn't go up until Tuesday, so I can actually do it tomorrow, just to see how many more pages, how many more books I can read. Very excited to tally up all the pages and stuff I've read. But for this vlog, for instance, I'm gonna continue doing prep work because I have to do some prep work tonight for my new story, and then I think we might read some Verity before my brother gets home with read by Zoe. She does this like read thing I'm very excited to watch and do. And then also I'm going to be reading Church of Samuel, which is my own book. And my dad has a whole copy here, and that book will just go up as one of my favorite thrillers. I'll be rereading it on Goodreads, but it's Church of Samuel because I went the resignation because I did read a book. I'm like 80 something pages into that, but yeah, I'll talk to you guys very soon. Alright guys, so it's the end of the vlog. I finished 3 books this month. We're gonna get into those. So, Walk Every Day by Valerie Segar, or this week, during Spook-A-Thon, and I gave 4 out of 5 stars. I really, really liked it. I'm not gonna really talk too much about it since I talked about a lot. Then I finished The Cabin at the End of the World. I didn't actually finish that, I DNF'd it, but, it's finished on my Goodreads. And I give this 0 stars because I DNF'd it. I DNF'd it 100 pages, so it was like 30% into it, maybe 40% into it, and I just don't think I was in the mood for it. It's about these people who get like a home invasion type of story, but it's not. It's much more weirder, and I think I wanted something much more horror, and it was much more surreal, and I don't know how much I enjoyed it. The writing was very good, and so I definitely would pick up another Paul Tremblay, and I definitely would re-pick up this novel as well. And so I'm very excited. And I also finished my own reread for Church of Samuel, which is a story that I wrote personally. I have so many videos detailing my thoughts on Church of Samuel, but it's about a kid named Abel, if you guys did not know, because I wrote it, and it's not like you can't read it. I was just having my reread this week. It's a horror book, so I was like, Spook-A-Thon! But, it's about a kid named Abel who ends up getting caught having sex with a boy, and he gets sent off to a conversion therapy, and weird shit happened there. Is what it's about. It's actually it's a satire on conversion therapy and what it means and how much it can abuse a person's life and different things like that. It had a lot of elements going for it. I don't really know if it reached those elements, but I was pretty excited about rereading it. I finished it a few months ago, and so like it really just felt like I was being a reader, which is such a weird feeling when you read your book that way. And I don't know if I've ever read it that way, because I normally jump straight back into it because I want to reread my novel normally, and I really like doing it this way. So it was also a nice change of pace from the book I'm editing currently, as this was just a fun reread. As this book, for my personal taste, would probably not come out until later on in my life, so it was nice in that regard. But with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this video, oh, I do want to mention one last thing before we jump into my outro. Do you guys like reading montages where I sit down and I just read for you guys and I show it and I detail it? You know, sometimes it works for me because like I sit down and I actually read. But let me know in the comments down below. I have a few videos coming up. I have a Write With Me that I got the idea from Adele. It's not my own. I'll link both those videos down below. Then I have a Read by Zoe, did a just like reading with her for 30 minutes type of thing. And I've watched that video like 5 times now. And so I like both those, but those are real-time reads and real-time writing. So I want to know, how do you guys feel about sped up reading during montages? Do you guys like them? I don't know how much I like them. I like the like making coffee stuff and that type of thing in vlogs, but I don't really know how much I enjoy like montages. Yeah, I enjoy it while writing. I just don't enjoy reading montages. It's so weird. I would much more prefer the opinion than the actual montage. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about it, though, even though this video probably wasn't meant to bring up that question. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, please maybe give a thumbs up. Don't comment down below. Hit subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all next time for another beautiful video. Thank you for watching.